SedeP.
Selah. It means pause and consider.
With
John and
Phil and
Jihad and yes and etc.
Look, I'm just saying, you wouldn't want your mom to overhear this podcast.
Steroids for your ears.
This is what your liberal brain has been hurting for.
The daddy team.
The attorney.
Burnt pizza slice.
Russian tea.
At Casey's, we know you love creamer in your coffee. So we thought we'd cut it short for you and give you the whole bag. Surf's up, bro.
Oh, wait, no.
My friends that are my friends that are my friends that are my friends that are.
For our show.
Selah. 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 Selah.
Thought, is this legit? Is this real? And it is real.
It's not a podcast, it's the SedePcast. SedePcast.
Selah. It means pause and consider.
With John and Phil.
Look, I'm just saying, you wouldn't want your mom to overhear this podcast. Unfortunately, he died in a tragic car crash.
Going from his bedroom to the computer.
My friends, 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 my friends.
Don't look now, because your pizza's about to be burned.
Is it pretty good?
And now for the show.
University of Lowell, Massachusetts, an online Catholic apologetics is a parasitical grift. And first, I'm going to tell you a story about my father-in-law who did do Catholic apologetics. But this was pre-internet, guys. So my father-in-law was a humanities professor at the local university. He got his PhD at the Catholic University of America.
Yeah.
In philosophy and guys. He spoke 5 languages.
Selah.
And if you wanted to debate,
Isn't this woman amazing? What a hero! A fantastic, amazing person. Can we replay this from the beginning?
We'd like to welcome to the show, friend of the show, Chad Rex. Chad Trad Rex. Chad Rex. Friend of the show. From the beginning? Okay, you got it.
Hi there, Renee Aste of Lowell, Massachusetts. An online Catholic apologetics is a parasitical grift. And first, I'm going to tell you a story about my father-in-law who did do Catholic apologetics.
He spoke 5 languages. How many languages you speak, Trad Rex?
At the local university. He got his PhD at the Catholic University of America. He got in philosophy and romance. Guys. He spoke 5 languages, and if you...
Okay, you want me to go back again?
5 languages? This person is blessed by the Holy Spirit. I speak 3 languages. The language of love, the language of Americans, and the language of media.
Oh, I thought what, you don't speak jive, turkey?
No.
Oh.
If you wanted to debate my father-in-law about Catholicism, He would do it in a passionate, charitable, loving manner. He was not out to destroy anybody. He was not going to pound. He was not going to be a battle bot that was going to destroy their faith traditions. He was simply going to share his love, yes, and apologetic manners of his faith. So this is pre-internet. So my father-in-law passed away in 2019. He had a very long case of Alzheimer's, early onset Alzheimer's. But so like we're talking like the 1990s and 2000s. And my husband tells me this story of him. Jehovah Witnesses knocking at the door, right? Jehovah Witnesses. And like they don't know who they're knocking. They're knocking on my father-in-law's door. He invites them in. He opens up his own Bible, right? And he gently, lovingly, caringly shares his faith in response. A dialogue is like synodical dialogue, guys. You're not out to play battle bots with your Catholic faith. And that's what I'm seeing. You're out to destroy everybody. That's what gets the views. You're not supposed to be warriors. You're not supposed to be warriors, guys. You're supposed to be fishers. You're supposed to be fishermen, not warriors. Dumb idiots. But anyway.
Hey, I like that spirit. Yay!
I like that spirit too. But does he see the fight in these fish? I've been fishing all day and I've been fishing all night, and the fight in these fish is really getting to me.
Yeah, well, you just need to cast a net, Chad Rex.
Is my sound all right? Am I far enough?
Yeah, you sound good.
Okay, good.
Wait, but you know what gets the views? What gets the views is when you play your spiritual warfare. You're not the fishers of men to lovingly, caringly bring them to Christ. You're warriors. You look like idiots.
That's right.
You look like freaking idiots. You're not Catholic apologetics. You are parasitical in nature. Yeah. You are not Catholic apologetics. Yeah. You are perverting the faith to be battle bots, to destroy one another. And nobody wins.
Battle bots!
That's not what Pope Leo the 14th wants from us.
No, he doesn't.
I don't get it with you guys. It's just really profitable. I have like another 30 minutes because I don't want to make this into a short. So, but yes, I'm blowing up, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I keep these people going, but this guy Sam is a warrior. Like he couldn't even profess the Catholic faith. You know, like, and he's like, well, what am I supposed to do? This guy did bring me to the Catholic faith, and he wasn't even a Catholic. What does that mean? Well, you're set up for disappointment. The Catholic faith is all about disappointment. You know, like my parish was affected by the child abuse, the sex abuse scandal. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
You have to recover. You have to like care for these victims.
I'm glad she's keeping talking.
You know?
Always be talking. That's what Pink Floyd taught me.
Being a Catholic is about being disappointed. And I see these parasitical perverts who exploit for lucrative grift.
Grift.
Yeah. Anyways, I love you all.
I love you. I love you. Where's Dave?
Hey. Whatever.
Even just on a natural level, that I had to basically teach her, you know, like what Aristotle's 3 versions of friends were, because, you know, she thinks that, you know, as long as my friends are nice to me, you know, they can go out and live however they want. You know, it's just...
Yes. What an absolute hero of friendship this man is. Can he teach us all the 3 levels of friendship, please?
You don't even know it?
No, I've never even heard of 3 different types of friends.
And put it in a song.
My friend, my friend, my friend. My friend, my friend.
my friend, 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 my friend. And those are the three levels of friendship.
Hypocrisy.
That's right.
This is abundant.
I know of another
How can
level
we
of
look at this and
friendship,
say that
but I
this
forgot
statement
to
right
make
here
it this
is a Catholic
afternoon.
state?
It's
You cannot, my
Sailocast.
friend, say.
And tonight
here's the
is the tub. Sorry, it's the. I forget the name of the show. Phil, put the schedule on the screen.
I can't. I'll look it up. Hold on. What is today?
I'll just DM it to you, Phil.
It's whatever Wednesday.
That's right. It's whatever Wednesday.
It's every month or 2 weeks.
You ain't gonna miss this Sailocast. You know, Phil, people were wondering in the Majorian chat, why? Why do we only get 3 viewers? And SedeP gets 23. Because people are running away from the Sailocast.
They're afraid
of us. They get scared when they see in the YouTube history, watch history, that they'll be watching Sailocast. Okay, shut up, John. I'm back. Hi, Phil. Hey, it's Chad Rex.
Yeah.
The most Chad man alive. Hi.
Anti-Trad Rex.
That's right. We will recover people like John.
And all you have to do is send him to me, and he will be recovered in no time.
Stop dragging me. John, you're coming to Chad Rex. No. It didn't work, Chad Rex. He's too strong. I'm only 5'6". I
It's
don't
not
weight
even
lift
what it means
enough.
to be a good friend. And so, all of this
My
being
friend.
said, it's like when you look at these statistics, what we see is a lot of malformed people trying to naturally find other people, but they're just not ready, right? And so this is why, unfortunately, you're having all these weird issues.
So that actually that makes me. I kind of wonder.
The real Mrs.
There has been
Erickson
a
is
trend for a long
asleep.
time of extended adolescence amongst adults. And do you think that is a contributing factor? Because I think it's getting worse. Like
We'll see if Mrs. the
younger
real
people
Mrs.
are
Erickson
unable
will be
to
watching.
accept responsibility for virtually anything. Like when I moved out of my parents' house, I was, I was 18. I was a totally independent person at that time.
Oh, sorry.
Like, I don't think I ever asked.
What an amazing woman. This woman is 18. She moved out unheard of. No one even when they're 81 moves out anymore. And this woman moved out when she was 18.
Wow.
She's a hero.
Hey, but John did the same, but he's not a woman, so it's not very powerful.
Amen.
John. A woman. Arg woman.
Our woman.
Tubba.
And I lived on my own. I worked multiple jobs while I was a full-time college student. If I had to, I would commute.
Yeah,
on the
Nick, you
bus.
didn't do
I mean, I
that.
did for a long time until my husband bought me a
Say
car.
law.
Wait, say law.
That
I have a
Can we
commute
rewind
on
that?
the
I want to look at Nick's
bus.
face again.
Wait, John is
I
talking.
worked multiple jobs while I was a full-time college
No,
student.
John, stop
if I had
talking.
to, I would commute on the bus. I mean, I
Wait,
did for a long time
say
until
law.
my husband bought me.
The bus?
He's making fun of Nick. She's making fun of Nick again. Nick has never mentioned actually working a job when he was at college. If he did, he would have some experience to give people other than,
and
I
he
have
did
a good paying job.
If he did work a job, we'd hear about it forever.
Exactly. He talked, oh man, I love how jobs are, you work hard and stuff and it's the best part of life.
I went to this
It's all about
retreat,
suffering.
man, and we were thinking about death, and the next thing you know, we're thinking about death again.
And we're thinking about my job.
You know, I also went to a job once, and I was thinking about death too. It's insane, these jobs. You have to do things for hours on end. Who even does that?
Yeah. The liberals want us to.
Good liberal brainer, yeah.
That's what the liberal
that I could
establishment wants you
commute
to
to
do.
go see him. We knew we were getting married, so yeah, he bought me a little Chevy Aveo, and I would commute like 45 minutes to go visit him or whatever. But like, I rode the bus and I did all that stuff on my own.
Unlike you, Nick.
I feel like younger people are just not equipped, and I don't know if it's because their
No,
parents were,
Selah.
if they lived in
People aren't equipped. Also, here's all the things I personally did.
Detective
Like, what
Kiyoshi, John
what
took over
level-
the mic.
No, get away, John. But like, what type of woman is like, oh Nick, you, it's just people aren't equipped. Here's all the things I did on my own that made life easier. Self-responsibility is too hard for you, Nick. Blame it on everyone else. Like I didn't, and I got married successfully.
I have to completely agree with Grover. Riding the bus alone is insane. What happens if it goes somewhere? Where are you going? How would you know without a cell phone?
And what do
Detective Koishi will figure it out this one day. Where is the bus going?
And why do all these buses have different numbers on them? What does that mean?
It's a conspiracy.
in
They're
homes
trying
where
to
both parents were
bring us
working and
places
just kind
like
of
a kidnapper.
did school to teach them these life skills.
Skulls?
But I think also that
Yeah.
social media stunted emotional development.
Yeah,
Like I want to research on that.
It'd be a fascinating PhD study, that's for sure, because I think it's multiple issues. I think one, it's I think one, it's our society's irrational notion of love, right? Like the Disney Channel Eros love. That's what you see taught to
Selah?
children from TV.
What?
In this exact study, doesn't it say the exact opposite? Why isn't he listening to Mrs. Erickson? It says
I don't
Gen
know.
Z don't get married, don't have relations, don't like each other, can't get along, can't grow up, and he's like, oh, they're taught to not have good identities with their sexuality and stuff. Like, what? That's the opposite. They have great relations with their sexuality. Never talk to a woman. Are you insane?
Yeah, Miss Erickson wasn't even attracted to her husband. She was just like, some guy willing to get married? Let's do it. What's this arrow stuff?
I've never heard of love.
You
Shut
mean-
up, John.
You mean I don't have to take the bus? You'll buy me a car? Let's get married.
And
Good
that's
enough
how
for
I go.
me.
But not good enough for Nick. Nick is a special someone.
Yeah.
Nick
He's like,
deserves more.
Instead of doing what you did with your life, Miss Erickson, I'd like to do a PhD study on it.
Yeah. It shows how smart I am. Shut
I
up,
don't-
John. That's Trad Recovery's job to make those jokes.
Right? It's a foolish mentality of love. It's not actually like willing to suffer for the good of another person. Two, you see it's around 90% of divorces are initiated by the moms. And so because of no fault divorce, we have a society in which a lot of kids
we
are
gotta
growing
say
up.
law that we on this podcast protect all women. Why is this man saying it's the women's fault divorce is happening? It's always the man's fault.
Yeah, that's right.
Why at the Trad Anti-Rex Recovery, we prevent all men from speaking. They need to listen, like Jeremiah Bannister says. All men must listen.
There's no such thing as no fault. It's all man's
John.
fault.
John, listen to me. That's right.
Amen. I mean,
A
a
arg
woman.
woman. That was such a
In divorced
powerful
homes,
statement.
right? Like a fair amount of them. And, you know,
So that also contributes to this inability to know how to work out relationships.
exactly.
Yes, 100%. I could totally see that. They've never seen parents work out their differences.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's like, you know, when you see that and then you go to a public school,
Selah.
public school's not.
Here
Can
we
we
go.
rewind that? Nick just made the greatest statement of all time. It's like that when you sort of kind of sometimes you go over the hill and then things happen.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's like, when you see that, and then you go to a public school, public school's not there to teach you how to get married. Like, that's not the purpose of public school. Ideally, that's where your parents should be sitting down and teaching you those things. But it doesn't teach you. And so I think what you see is that people, they're trying to pick up
Grover, where do you think we should get dating stats other than where people are primarily dating? And like the Pew Research Center and stuff. I'm curious where you guys think the data is.
Well, Grover will be mad and he'll start raging when I say this, but he's just a troll, and so I wouldn't take what he says very seriously.
No, he's not the only one saying it. The only thing too that I am like, I would like to hear people.
I will defend you like Mrs. Erickson, Grover. Grover literally just asked a question, and you proceed to be like, I have a PhD. I have a PhD.
No, Grover is a troll. He's attacking this woman. Do you see it? Asking questions is attacking women. What is wrong with you people?
And I would like to say, me as Fumo. Did you know? Did you know, Chad Rex?
I can't answer this question, so he's a troll. Does that work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apart from Grover, to be quite honest, I want to hear like what you guys think the crux of the issue is. Like, what do you think the number one or two reasons are why this is a?
Can we go back 5 seconds? Did Angela actually just tell Nick to like basically screw off and let Grover speak?
Apart from Grover, to be quite honest.
Oh.
A troll, and so I wouldn't take what he says very seriously.
No, he's not the only one saying it. The only thing too that I am like, I would like to hear people apart from Grover, to be quite honest. I want to hear like what you guys think the crux of the issue is. Like, what do you think the number one or two reasons are why this is a problem
Chad
right
Rex, now? I have an idea.
Nick and I have talked about it multiple times. Like I see your boy EB talking about how women just beat
Evie, say la. Okay, we will not be pinning Grover's comments this video because he is a troll, and we will defend what Miss. Oh my gosh, Phil! Stop that!
I didn't do that.
Oh, okay, I believe you because you said so, Evie, and you're a plushie. Plushies never lie. That's a fact.
Never lie.
That's right. They would
A
never.
woman.
Hard woman.
Men down. I'm not going to say that doesn't happen because it certainly does. Like, there's this one TikToker that blew up a couple of months ago. Her husband is a lineman, and which this bothers me so much because my husband is a lineman, and her whole TikTok is basically dunking on her husband and why she is a crappy wife, basically. Like, what she refuses to do for her husband.
It's Grover and Chad again.
This weird idea about
cover your eyes,
being,
everybody.
quote unquote,
cover
50-50
your eyes.
in every single way.
I can't
except
see
for
you.
her husband is
it there?
risking his life every day
I'm running
to
away.
take care of her husband and to make sure that people have power.
He's the coach.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts because I look at my husband like a hero. He's like just. People sort of forget that linemen are emergency personnel. But anyway, that was her whole thing.
Yes,
her whole TikTok is just dunking on men and her husband in particular.
Husbands who buy cars for women are heroes. We need to make this message louder and clearer. Nick needs to buy me a car before he's a human being.
Yay!
Hi, Candlesticks, who's not Grover, who scares me. And I don't run away. Jihan, when his comment is removed off the screen, is running away. Ha ha ha, Grover owned. You thought you had me. I have you. Boom, 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 boom. I want you. Shut up. Anyway, back to the show.
Is what she uses as an example, which is terrible. But I will also say on the flip side of that, there is a real problem with this red pill men movement, and the men who are like
red pill
swearing
men
off women forever. I will say I've been on the receiving end of a lot of really. Like, there is a problem on both sides. It's not a one-sided issue. That's why this is so complicated, I feel like, and we're having a hard time figuring out what the right steps are moving forward.
That's right. Every issue is men's fault. That's what we're here to tell you. If they don't buy you a car, you don't even need to talk to them. They are
Hey,
horrible,
Phil.
abusive,
Hey, Trad.
evil men things.
Trad Recovery, I hate to interrupt you, but there is a glue request. Well bond, 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 stick your nose out. Well bond is the best thing. Ba-dum-bum-bum, ba-dum-bum-bum, ba-dum-bum-bum. And will John find the well bond this time, or will he be a loser? Where the hell is it? John, find it now. It's for the show. I can't find it. Well, you better. Well, Phil, I guess we'll play the show until that dumb John finds the well bond
Yeah,
again.
I think about it this way. So I think
Oh,
part of
say
the
what?
answer is kind of found in the second to last stat, which I mean,
Well bond. Here you go. Stick your nose. Thank you, everybody. Well bond, well bond, well bond, well bond, well bond, well bond. Well bond is the fourth type of friendship, addiction. Are you an addiction? And one more for you guys, because you're my friends. This guy gets it.
I mean, for me as a moralist, doesn't really bother me so much, but maybe there's at least an answer in the stat, which says Gen Z is having less casual sex than previous generations. 24% of Gen Zers have sex on a casual basis. Now, for me, that doesn't bother me because I'm like, good, yeah.
Instead, they're
That's
gooning,
heroic
but let's
of
ignore
women
that.
to give up talking to men this much. We can only say these women are blessed. Gen Z women are blessed. Gen Z women are the greatest women of all time. These women are not giving in to evil, filthy men. What heroes? These women are the most holy women generation yet.
They finally read Fiducia Supplicans, and they can all be lesbians. Yeah,
that's right.
Yes, less
SedePcast is an
equals better society.
LGBT plus
But
SedePcast identity
what there
program.
is a truth in here that we could extrapolate
Say
is the
la, Phil.
following.
I would like to say SedePcast supports all LGBT plus SedePcast plus glue snuffing addicts, the new identity of this show. Thank you. This was brought to you by the LGBT plus SedePcast community.
I thought we only had enough funding for glue sniffing.
Well, remember, SedePcast is its own identity.
Oh.
It's the old adage, who is the gatekeepers of sex? It's women. And so if we find that in our society, a common reoccurrence of the issues being men don't make enough money, or there's, the standards are so high, then what we can do is we can extrapolate from that and say, well, at least maybe while it's true that because both men and women have issues, right, and it takes two to tango when it comes to these problems, I would say the dating culture ultimately, though, because we do live in a matriarchal society, that's just true. We haven't lived
currently,
Mommy
it's like we haven't lived in a patriarchal society for a little bit. Then I think that's where you see that, and I think that's why you have this weird situation where a lot of young men are very disgruntled, and as we've talked about in other streams, they go to the other extreme. Because it's like, think about this.
Hey,
what
John,
are
phone. Get home now.
He's literally
Stop playing
filibustering
car noises.
everything. He doesn't make a point. Why doesn't he say something? Say the matriarchy is the best it's ever been anywhere.
Ring, ring. Hello, John. Stop walking around on the streets. You're making annoying car noises. Run away, Trad Recovery!
expectations on a more rational level or on a biological level that men and women want with each other. Like on a biological level, what
Look at
men
him.
want at the
Look
end
at
of the
his
day
eyes.
is like, is she cute? Can she be like someone who I come home to and, she provides some peace and calm in my life and, she's there to support me. Things like that, that's kind of the core
Like
of
you,
what men are
Mrs.
looking for.
Erickson.
And that's a rational desire. A rational desire on the flip side for women is like, can he provide? Can he protect? Can he, would he be a person that, our children would
Why is
be
he
benefited
filibustering?
from, right? And that's a good and
I don't
natural
know.
desire, right? Those are kind of the
Saint
core of
Filibuster,
men and
pray for us.
men and
The
women.
He's
truest
so
toast
hurt by
ever.
this statistic that he
Okay,
has to
well,
talk
Say
feeling
la.
out.
while you and I will both
I would like to
This is-
say, Anti-Trad, do you have a devotion to Saint Filibuster, the patron of all Thomism online?
Amen. Amen,
Saint
sister.
Filibuster,
Hey,
pray
woman.
for us.
No,
Filibusting.
but if you went back a
Who
little bit,
we
he's
gonna
like,
call?
this is his mental thought process. Women aren't putting out. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. That's because of reasons. He just has reasons for 35 seconds.
He's
What
like,
does this mean?
He's
When
excited.
there's something wrong. Ba-ba-dum-pum-pum.
He's also met a woman who did put
Do-do-do-do-do.
out at the wedding, and he got offended.
Ba-ba-dum-pum-pum.
So I don't understand what his problem is.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Filibusters! Do 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 do. I don't know the rest of the song. Do do do. Filibusters. Thank you, Phil.
He's like, it's like, they're not as sexually promiscuous as previous generations. He's like, well, at least I'm not the only one.
When a stream is on, Miss Angela waits. She starts talking, and I can't wait. Who you gonna call? Filibusting. Do 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 do. Theological conception of the Conciliar Church Synodal. Thomistic, metaphysical. Blah 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 blah. Grover Patrol. Say what?
both hand in hand agree that there are, because of our pornified culture, evil men who abuse women and have no concept of chastity and marriage. We talked about this in our last stream when it came to the marital debt. I do think that the national discussion is not so much that. The national discussion is, why is it that no men with a lot of good paying jobs can still not find anybody? That's kind of the
Don't
conversation.
wake him
because
up,
for men,
Phil.
like I'm not going.
Don't wake him up.
Wait,
you're awake.
Can you repline that? Yeah, men with good paint jobs.
No, this is actually one of the best sentence structures he's ever come up with. Hold on.
Debt. I do think that the national discussion is not so much that. The national discussion is, why is it that no men with a lot of good paying jobs can still not find anybody?
Why is it that no men with a lot of good paying jobs still can't find nobody?
Oh, paying jobs? I thought he said paint jobs. He's
My
retarded,
parrot
right?
paint
The
jobs.
national discussion is
I love
not
this
so
guy.
much that. The national discussion is, why is it that no men with a lot of good paying jobs can still not find anybody?
There's like double negatives everywhere.
Hey, Phil, if not good thing, not good, therefore bad, not good. Good, good, bad.
If God exists, why problem?
Real.
I'd also like to point out he's only speaking for 49% of the national dialogue because the other 51%, the only percent that is important, is women. And this man does not speak for women.
And the remaining 10% is about the three types of friends. 49 plus 50 plus 10 equals 130%.
Nick Ravazza says, me was homeschooled and I went to colleges.
Me was homeschooled, so I have no access to hot chick.
How come hot chicks not go with people not good wage and find people married?
Why national conversation not put hot chick into high school at home?
Why mama stay away from girl?
That's why we buy Fumos. Fumo. We buy food.
That's kind of the conversation, because for men, like I'm not going around looking for a girl and saying, do you earn this much money?
Right.
You know? I'm just
Yeah,
like,
most
do you
and
pray?
the data in here, I know some
Wait,
aren't
Nick's
really caring
pretending
so
to
much
be
about
a
the data, which is fine.
woman.
But
Skip back, Phil. Play
yeah, a
that
lot of
again. Play him saying that again, because that was funny.
right.
You know, I'm just
Yeah,
like, do you
most and the
pray?
data.
He can't even say
That's
his,
kind
like,
of the conversation because
I like that. Like he tries to say, I just say, do you pray every day? That's what he wants to say, but Miss Erickson won't let him get it out. It's funny.
He's like,
for
shut
men,
up, Nick.
like I'm not going around looking for a girl and saying, "Do you earn this much money?"
Right.
You know, I'm just
Yeah,
like, do you
most and
pray?
the data in here, I know some aren't really caring so much about the data, which is fine. But
Should say la, and the girls are like, I never prayed, but I'm praying right now, really hard. That
Yeah,
you
please
leave me
get
alone.
away from me.
Lord save me.
yeah, a lot of the data is even saying like men don't care as much about that aspect, obviously, which makes perfect sense. Sometimes I think data can be helpful, but sometimes a lot of it is just like common sense, right?
Hey,
like
La.
men aren't going to be as worried about.
Phil, will she now say a caveat that magically makes Nick the exception? Put your vote in the chat. Vote 1 for yes. Vote Mr. Grover! Run away! I'm terrified. Phil, get it off the screen.
Most women.
Oh, hi.
Oh, SedeP Picante's watching our content.
Wow.
That man runs away from everyone and just streams with other men. Who streams with men?
What are
That's
you,
a coward.
gay?
I had to do a decade of groceries to make up for that sin.
I do at least a century. How do you think my head is so big, Phil? It's filled up. Ba, 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 ba.
About some of this stuff, about how much what the earning potential of women are versus like themselves, because they're looking to provide. Generally, not always though. I mean, that has also shifted a lot, where a lot of men don't, for example, want their wives to go back to work after they have kids,
Like you,
or
Nick.
they defer having children because they want their wife to be at a certain income level. It's just things like that, because that does happen as well.
Exactly. Because it's like at the end of the day, Nick is not looking around saying, "Does she make this amount of money?"
Third person.
I say to myself, I say, Nick, listen to me, Nick. And I'm like, I don't want to hear it. I'm tired of listening to you. And I say, Nick, at the end of the day.
Nick, this is a two-way relationship.
They
We are
want their
married
wife
to
to be at a
ourselves.
certain
You
income
listen to me
level.
right now, Nick. It's either that or the knife to your arm. Stop playing the violin of my arm. I'm cutting myself. For abusive relationship with myself.
What a sexist, anti-woman person. You spend all this time working, getting a job. Hey, guy, what's going on? And he goes, I don't care about the money you make. Thank you for not caring about anything that women do. They're just objects to you, Nick.
Wait, I thought you liked Nick.
I don't know how this character goes.
He does
it's just
both.
things
He's
like that, 'cause
schizophrenic and he takes benzos.
Yay.
And he
that
huffs
does
glue.
happen as
Yay.
Here, Mr. Trapped, so that you can flip back to Pro Nick, have another sniff of glue. Here you go. Okay, are you back to normal now?
No, I'm defending all women because it's funnier.
Yay!
Yay!
That's right.
Exactly. Because it's like at the end of the day, Nick is not looking around saying, "Does she make this amount of money?" He's just saying, "Is she pretty and can she pray?" That's pretty much that's.
Look at her face on that one. She goes, okay. Let's watch her face again. Watch your face again.
Of money. He's just saying, is she pretty and can she pray? You know, that's pretty much that's kind of the basic crux of.
Is she pretty and can she pray?
Except if she's a Pentecostal, then I explain the 3 levels of friendship. First friendship, my friends. My friends.
She's a
and
Pentecostal.
My friends.
Which is basically an atheist.
Yeah, because my parents forced me to be Pentecostal. I was spiritually abused. And when I was 14, I said, I'm going to read books. Screw you, Mommy. I'm going to put my head in a book. Ooh. I'm so sad, Fred. And that's exactly right. Nick is right. Nick does nothing wrong. Miss Angela says so.
At the end of the day, Nick just doesn't want. He just wants a pretty face to come home to.
That's right.
And if she prays, yeah, it's good.
He's like, I want her to pray. I want her to be pretty. Pray and be pretty. Of course, I'm so holy.
He said pretty first, I think.
Oh, I know. I'm just stating it. I said and pretty and praise, I guess.
Yeah, maybe.
Does that sound good, Miss Angela, to the woman out there?
I think that's kind of men and women can they use each other in utilitarian means. It's like a lot of women are looking for men because of their wallet, and a lot of men are only looking at women because of their body. And it's like both of them are wrong. The mean between them is like, okay, you should have rational expectations. The key phrase is rational expectations.
No. I think that women are looking for like, are you a human being? Do you have any humanity? Are you a person? And man's like, oh, sex object.
Exactly,
Grow up,
Mr. Trad Recovery. Exactly. John is such a tool. He abuses me.
Sex object that prays.
Oh, it's like I basically do that with audiobooks, and then I go in the bathroom for 5 minutes, and I get the same experience.
And then I got some guy named Trent Horn putting me down for emailing him about it. And making a whole show about it.
Here, let me do the Trent Horn impression. And there's this guy, and we're good friends, and I'm not really exposing it, but you know what I noticed? He only looks at things for like a minute. And that's what I noticed.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Phil. That's my impression.
He goes, I'm not going to say his real name. Let's just say his name is
Spick Barbongo.
Kick Nerbongos.
It's like that Rim Danders guy who I call Tim Flanders, because that's his fake name.
Yeah.
Tim Flanders, we're not calling you out, because you're Rim Danders, actually.
All right, let's see what Erica's got.
Okay, you should have rational expectations, but the key phrase is rational expectations.
James, I said you don't care about this data. I agree with you. I think a full study on this would be excellent. I just think right now the best place we can get the data is through dating apps, because that's where most people are dating. I don't know why you're construing this like I don't want good data. I absolutely do want good data.
I'd like to make a little point about a stream that was recently done by SedeP Conte, the coward. He just keeps talking about this self-selection thing. Lies. All of it is lies. Any data is all the truth. Always. And a woman has chosen this data, and it is the truth.
SailorCast brought to you by the SedeP Content Network.
No.
But we hate that guy.
Yeah.
Never bring him on, Phil. And never ever pin that guy Grover.
Here we go. JP3, I love you. JP3, I love you. SedeP, I hate you. SedeP,
he's so gross. And Phil, he said he's gross.
I sing that all day, every day. Like, he's so gross.
For all bad John does, that was a good song.
Yeah, it was a good song.
Those are the official lyrics for Russian Doll. Did you not know? Michael Air Conditioner Nated personally gave them to John.
He telepathically put them in your head.
That's right, John did take them. I got them first, though, because I'm a woman.
I just think this is the best place we can get it right now. So,
Taffy, you bring up a good point. It leads into the broader issues. Like nowadays, even a good paying job can afford a house. A lot of areas, women don't want to move away from their family.
Hey, Angela, you just said something, but let me interrupt and bring up someone else's point, because I have no idea what you meant.
No. That's all you wanted to say?
Yeah.
Family or friends, and they require top percentile. That's also
Layla.
something that you do see in a lot of
Layla.
the data.
This isn't in any data. Not every single woman I know marries someone who doesn't make enough money. It's happening next week. I
Wait,
mean, like
Daniel
this Saturday,
Naden?
someone I know, he doesn't make any money. Why are you getting married? This is
Daniel
happening. My nephew was
Naden?
like, hey, no, he's in the end of the year. No, this is
Yay!
a cousin. It's just like women just marry anyone. They're like,
I would have my day. My day.
this has nothing to do with anything.
Is that it's usually around like
Yeah.
the 10% of guys who do make an astronomical amount of figures typically ends up getting married to somebody. All of this to be said, the way I think that this leads, BlackRock, so true, so true.
It's BlackRock that's
a lot
ruining
of this
everything.
comes down to, I think, is the
BBR is
issue when it comes
ruining
to the
women.
demonic. So it's like mental illness. You're
Can he stop being a Republican for 1 second? Hey, are you a cute girl? Are you Republican? I don't date Democrats. Every single Democrat girl is ugly and stupid and evil and doesn't pray and is a Satanist, and they just hate everything good in the world, and they don't like Texas, even though 40% of Texas is Democrats.
Because of Mexicans, our favorite people. SedeP is a scorn upon all Mexicans.
Yay!
He drinks he drinks white monsters, not Mexican monsters.
Ah.
You're right, Roy. Mental illness has a
we touched
part
on
to
that
play.
a little bit, but yes.
Yeah, it definitely has a part to play. But I think the demonic is
Wait,
one
Selah?
area as well, and this is where
Phil, we've met Roy before.
We have?
Yeah, but guess what? No plushie! No plushie! No Sailor cast for you!
Or you could just log in.
You can spiritually have a plushie
Yes.
behind no camera.
Plushie of desire.
Everybody put your spiritual plushie in chat by typing, I love Nick Carbongos. Type that in chat for your spiritual plushie.
It'll descend upon you.
Type, I love Nick
I
Carbongos.
think people don't really think about this as much. So it's like Our Lady
Wow!
Fatima talked about, and you've seen
Even
some other private
SedeP, the
revelations, and
scorn
people like
upon
Bishop Sheen talk
Mexicans is
about
so
the importance of, in these last days, the battle between men and, or excuse me, between God and Satan is going to be in the realm of men and women in the context of marriage, right? That is something that's true. And so I think that that's why sometimes we need to recognize that maybe these issues, because like all of these stats,
The
they're
human
just, they show the
plushie anti-trad
superficiality. Like we're
recovery.
sitting here scratching
Hi.
our heads. I think that some of this has to do with the demonic, because it's like Satan's done a pretty good job thus far of destroying marriage in Western society. It's like, okay, let's just break it down. You got
Selah?
contraception.
What does this have to do with anything?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I thought there was a point to what he said. I'm
Which
sorry.
means it's about everything, Phil.
He's
There's nothing
filibustering
is-
again. Hey, do you know what I think it actually is? It's a conspiracy by the Rothschilds to destroy everything in the whole world by printing bitcoins instead of Trump coins.
And they're taking away our FUMOs.
They're gonna take away the US dollar bill and give us a Meros.
When they should be giving us Texan silver dollars.
Yeah, they're gonna make us talk like pirates.
I'm from Texas. I'm from Texas.
You got abortion, the redefinition of quote marriage, redefinition of gender, fornication culture, right? All of these things. It's like we've had row after row after row after row.
Landing on the moon.
And then getting internet and television. And
uncoding the genome.
Hey, Phil, what the heck is fornicating? What's fornicating?
It's when you don't have enough to 5-OK.
I knew it. John always says he's six-ocating. I don't know what he means by that. He's truly offended.
Never mind. I was going to make a bilocate joke, but people might take it as a joke about something else. All right.
You know, and polygamy is eight-ocating.
Huh?
Polygamy is eight-ocating.
I decocate my groceries every day.
This stream is dedicated to everyone watching with their plushies.
Yay.
We play for every plushie that watches our stream.
I like the fake Sister Lucy quote. I like meditating. That's like one of my favorite things to think about. The fake Sister Lucy.
For IVF, you can include in there, of course, as well. All of these things. Why would not another like piece in that pie be like not making sure holy people get together? You know what I'm saying? Like strategically,
Right.
that would make sense.
So what do you think then? That's a part of the puzzle, but like, what do we do then to confront that? And like, what did you come out of your retreat?
We're not going to make it
like
to
this.
Marcella.
I don't know the way forward.
Robert, we're not going to make it to the end of this because we're going to end in like 10 minutes. But we will come back tomorrow. Fear not.
Forward, I guess, because everyone's just feeling like Nick is just crashing out again, you know, over the dating thing.
Yeah!
But like,
Yeah!
what do we do?
Clip
It's all this,
it!
like we keep asking this question, and I think you're right that we need to start focusing more on this demonic element about it.
Say what, Phil?
How do we confront that?
Quick advert. Tomorrow is Tubba Thursday. That is TBH Cast. Tubba Thursday on Bookie Books. Today was Wellbond Wednesday. Make sure you get plenty of glue and you stick to it. Stick to the schedule like Wellbond. Wellbond is the best no-stuffing ingredients of all time. We do not have any legal...
And don't forget Friday, our holiday special.
The Brain Fried Friday show.
And it's the 4th of JP3.
Brain Fried Fridays. When we've done so many streams, we stop thinking about things. That's why we use Wellbond Wednesday. The official Wellbond Wednesday whatever stream. And don't forget on Monday for the Milk Cast. Monday mornings with a glass of milk. At night. Monday mornings with John and Phil.
Where we discussed breast pumps and the demons that control them.
That's right. And we will, of course, be doing the Wholesome Monster Girl Academia, whatever, Wellbond Wednesday next week when we redo that entire stream with Mrs. Erickson.
I'm so happy. I can't stop.
How much stream do we have left of this anyway?
We got like half an hour.
Do you want to do a little extended episode, Phil, since it's whatever Wednesday?
Okay, we can forget.
We can at least hit till the last 20 minutes, I think. We can at least get the Grover section done. Who I am not terrified of. I shut off the camera not because I ran away, but because I strategically placed myself away from the camera so that Grover can run away more.
Yay!
If you're away from someone, they're running away, not running to you.
All right, we're going to close it out.
No!
As it's on the loose, and she's hunting for another golden goose. Maybe she can find some drama to get some money with a disposition that is very sunny. Oh, I think that she will talk about weird stuffs. She just can't seem to put down that she has the cuffs of the man who left her behind on the cruise. Christine chugs the wine and just sings all the blues. And it's only Christine, Christine, Christine. It's so lamented, Christine, Christine, Christine. Me importas tú, y tú, y nadie más que tú. Pollos negros, piel canela, que me llegan a desesperar. Me importas tú, y tú, Christine. It's only you. It's you. It's you. Oh, Christine, it's you. It's you. It's you. Everything is Christine. Da 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 da.